asili, pawa monomlo. Moda Vodou zekle yo yo. Di kaulo, 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 kaulo ka. But when one on blow, neges Vodou, neges mamulade, neges Vodou, kaulo, 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 kaulo. Te ouye zili fweda ume, fonte no kaila. Asili Fweda da ume maîtresse kay moi. Pour clorage moi da ou, pour zakla yo yo. Asili Fweda da ume maîtresse kay moi. Moi de là sans côté, demander moi Clément, sans côté. Asili Fweda, maîtresse kay moi. Asili Fweda, maîtresse kay moi. I know so chule. Siwa ya omiba siwa ya miso siwa ya omiba siwa ya miso Ele passou que mama lá o ediu assim o missão walade. I know so chule na go. Chebe. The kilo share. Moya valu na go. Don't you know so chule Haiti. Chebe. Walade, que je paye tous les Haïti, chebe, les kilos chers, moi en valou na go, kilos chers, moi en valou na go, I know so chule na go, chebe. I know so chule Ogwele bakosu walade, que je know some chule inago. Kilo share, moya valu nago. I know so chule inago. Kilo chanak se kle kite, nek osan kwe ki malon, nek daife na go. Ogumbalomi, 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 helelo. Bâtiment, moi, sous l'eau, drapeau, moi, déployé. Ogumbalomi, met Ogumbalo, aide-le. Bâtiment, moi, sous l'eau, drapeau, moi, déployé. Bâtiment, moi, sous l'eau, drapeau, moi, déployé. Net na go.
sous l'eau, drapeau moins déployé. Bâtiment moins sous l'eau, drapeau moins déployé. Nèg nago, nèg nago. Le nègre s'est traduit dans le Vodou haïtien comme homme. Un homme, nègre racine d'arc-en-ciel. Je suis grand nègre.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see you here today. For those who do not know, my name is Tracy Brown. I am the curator and organizer of the From Benin to the Bay event series. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be welcoming you to event number 3 of From Benin to the Bay 2022, and this is a doozy, honey. We have had a wonderful series thus far, some powerhouse events, some wonderful presentations. We have had a very moving film and enlightening panel discussion afterwards, and today is going to be tremendous. So I will welcome you again and thank you so much for coming. Again, my name is Tracy Brown, also known as the Worldly Sister. That is my artist name. And I am also the director of Bridges Diasporic Arts. I'm a San Francisco native as well as an artivist, which is an artistic activist. And I'm also a curator and a public presenter. I like to start by thanking the Most High, the Holy Ones, the ancestors, all of those who made it possible for each and every one of us to be here today. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to bring this series to the community, because that's who it's for and who it's all about, myself included. I'm a part of the community, and I'm just thankful for getting the call in my heart, and I'm thankful that each and every one of you was called to come here today to be in community with one another and with the Queen Mother, who is just a powerhouse. So I'll say more about her momentarily. I also want to thank our event sponsors, the Alliance for California Traditional Arts, also known as ACTA. And I want to thank them for their efforts to always bring the support, the much needed support to cultural practitioners and their dedication to ensuring that people of the source culture are have the opportunity to learn, practice, and pass on their cultural arts and traditions. So welcome. We also ask that for today's workshop, since it's a very intimate space, we ask that people turn their cameras on so that we can be together here in community. So we hope that, we understand if it'll take you a minute to get to a place where you can do that, but we do ask that you be present in that manner so that we can see each other and really commune with one another. We also thank the California Arts Council, who contributed to help this event come forth. They definitely brought necessary support to help make it so that folks could be here and with either paying very little or paying nothing at all. So we're thankful that they gave of the resources of the community to support this event, and also for the private donors who made the last minute invitations possible. Now, this event series has been consistent in that it started with the goal of highlighting and celebrating the continued interconnectedness of Afro-diasporic culture. That's a real thing, and it deserves to be celebrated. And that is what we do here. And it touches so many places and so many spaces. At the original From Benin to the Bay, when the series started in 2020, was really just focused on spirituality. This year's event expands the conversation, but we know that there is not a culture on the African continent that does not center spirituality. And that is not a sweeping generalization. I'm talking about cultural continuity. I'm talking about a reality of who we are as people of African descent, regardless of what part of the continent we originate from. So we know that spirit is central to indigenous cultures, period. So in celebrating an expanded version of our interconnectedness, we know that spirit is still at its center, as so it should be. And anything I do always has spirit in it. I don't care what it is. Chewing gum, skipping down the street, it's got spirit in it. So from Benin to the Bay is going to be no different. This year's theme is from Afrophobia to Afrofuturism. So every event this year seeks to interrogate the role that Afrophobia, or fear of people of African descent and their culture, plays in the lives of the people of African descent due to either external projection, so other people's projecting their fear on us, or due to internalized absorption of this horrible propaganda that has been so widespread. So my approach to presenting culture is really holistic. It seeks to not just show a superficial version of what culture is, right? But it not just, the snacks and the music and the, outfits and the this, that, and the third, but really understanding culture as enrichment, culture for healing, culture as a tool for liberation, both spiritual, emotional, educational, physical, etc. Culture is so powerful, and we do it and ourselves and our ancestors a disservice by relegating it to a space of something superficial. So the goal of this event series and all of the events that are featured in it is to celebrate the reality of the powerful nature of culture, including and especially for liberation. Okay. And the Queen Mother's writings and teachings also reflect just that and so much more. So today we participate in a workshop led by and designed by our beloved Queen Mother. And if you attended the last workshop she did, you know you are in for a treat today. I want to, before we get started and before I introduce you to the Queen Mother, I want to tell you very quickly, I'm only recording the beginning of this workshop. This is truly a space of growth and positive energy. So in the interest of holding the sanctity of this space and ensuring the sanctity of this space, I will not be recording the entirety of the presentation. I'll just be recording the introductions, sort of the beginning intro. The Queen Mother is going to let me know when she wants me to stop recording, after her opening statements to y'all. And then when we have a couple of our presenters like Queen Co, when she does a portion of her presentation, I'll tape. And I'll also, once we create our wonderful items at the end, which we'll talk a little more about later, then I'll probably do like a group photo. But for the most part, it's really about people having the opportunity to be present. So I just want to make sure I make that clear. I also want to encourage you to sign up for our last event, The Wisdom of the Drum, featuring our master drummers. Oh, I hate that term. Sorry. Our legendary drummers, Baba Val Sarance and Baba Takuma King. So, they are so talented, and they're actually talking about the migration of drumming from the continent out into the diaspora. So, well, now without further ado, I am going to introduce our Queen Mother. I can't say enough positive things about the Queen Mother. I can't appreciate enough all that she does. I have this bio that I'm going to read to you, but it's only a portion of what she does, of what she has done, and how she shows up in community. So I will tell you, Her Royal Majesty, Queen Mother of the African Diaspora, Semevo, Premier Dr. Dowoti Desir, was enthroned at the royal palace of Agolin Hosu. Hoso. I know I mess that up every time. I'm sorry. Yeto Kanji Oti in Benin Republic. She is a member of the High Council of Kings of Benin. So they have this film coming out, The Woman King, where you're actually sitting in front of a woman king, and she carries 100% of all the weight of every title that she has on her name. All right, so she's a member of the High Council of Kings of Benin, and also the Supreme Court of African Kings. She's the founder and chairperson of the Afro-Atlantic Theologies and Treaties Institute, and Her Royal Majesty serves as the chairperson of Sirens, Protectors of the Rainforest, and presides over the exhibitions committee for the Academy of African Indigenous Religions, Theology, and Art. She was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and she lives in the USA and West Africa. And she brings over a quarter century of spiritual knowledge to global communities as a Mambo Asogwe, which is a high priest of Haitian Vodou. As a human rights activist, educator, curator, photographer, and author, she is co-writer and cast member of Vodou Theology of Liberation, which we watched a couple of days ago, and you can still get at a discount with your code, and I'll put that in the chat later. Among her publications are Wanga Hwendo in IT, which is what at least a portion of her workshop is based on. And it will be coming out very soon. The final version of it will be coming out very soon. She also authored Redlining a Holocaust, Memorials, and the People of the Afro-Atlantic, and that has some beautiful photos in it as well. She and as well as its companion text, Gould Kase Gould, and Conjuring Memory in Spaces of the Afro-Atlantic. Her Majesty is a graduate of Barnard College, Columbia University, the Center for Curatorial Studies, Bard College, and holds a doctorate in Ministry and Interfaith Studies from the New Seminary. And you can learn more about her at queenmotherdowoti.org. So without further ado, I'm going to hand things over to the Queen Mother.
Thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure to see you and to be with you, Sister Tracy Brown. She's my goddaughter. She's my guiding light. She's a person who has opened up so many paths for me. She's my little issue. So I give thanks to her, and I'm so grateful for all of you here today. It's I know it takes a lot. It's a Saturday afternoon. It's probably a gorgeous day where you are. It's a gorgeous day where I am. But the true light is within all of us. And so I'm grateful that we're sharing this afternoon or then this morning together. I want to officially start with an exchange, which is honneur and respect. So when I say honneur, you say respect. Can we temporarily unmute people?
Yep. Go ahead, everyone. You can unmute yourselves.
Honneur,
Respect.
honneur,
Respect.
Respect.
honneur.
Respect.
Aibobo.
Aibobo.
We can remute. I want to clarify one thing. Our program with Queen Co is actually tomorrow. Regretfully, our sister Tassie Long, who was supposed to join us for the other half of this workshop, has a medical condition that prevents her from joining us today, which is really unfortunate. I was so looking forward to working with her. It's unfortunate for her family, her mother, her daughter. And I ask that all of you take a moment and say a word of prayer and ask for her healing. We'll take a moment to do that. I'm gonna light a candle. In the name of Ezuli Dantor, we are in the month of September. And Dantor is a warrior queen. She's actually considered the patron roi of Haiti. And the month of September is the month that we fête her. So we're going to light a candle in her name. We'll learn a little bit more about her later during the program. But we're also going to awaken spirit. I ask everybody to stand up. You have to salute the four corners. Aibobo. You may sit down. We have to always salute the Loi whenever we're doing sacred work. Some of you and most of you are probably used to seeing libations being poured. And libations is one of the ways in which we do greet Loi. That there are other groups of Loi who have hotter energies. There were energies that were born in the Americas, and these are the petrol Loi. So the petrol Loi represents fire. In some ways, they represent radical change. And in the case of these Loi, We don't always use the accent, which enough of you have seen me with, but we use what we call a cha-cha.